a customer that's a large national public lender. They buy large numbers of leads, anywhere from in the hundreds of thousands to the millions of leads per month. Um, the data, they typically dial on the data for a certain period of time, anywhere from 11 to 22 days. At some point, they give up and say, I either can't get a hold of that individual, or the person says, call me back, and they can't get a hold of touch with them. They refer to it as the scratch and dent leads. And those leads, typically before we got together, would go into a pile, and maybe somebody would call them at some point in the future, but most likely they were just sunk cost. And Squeeze and iLeads came up with a product that has been running ever since. And essentially, the process is this: at 60 days, they will generate a file of all of these leads that have essentially fallen into the scratch and dent category. They give it to us, and our job is we normalize it, clean it up, match addresses, do appends, and then we do a lead scoring model we call candidate types, where we look for different characteristics that would either make the lead a current opportunity, or maybe it was a bad lead all the way along and we shove it off to the side. We typically, we get 200,000 leads in, we'll end up with 100,000 ish that will make muster. So it's a pretty aggressive scrub. And then we pass it on to Squeeze, and you guys work your magic calling these folks. The transfer rate is great. The funding rate is great. And I think the biggest thing about the whole thing is your ability to connect with the consumer and reintroduce them back to the original, their original lender. Because I mean, they didn't finish it, but between the two of us, we did. And they get another shot at it. They get a return on investment that otherwise would have been in the scrap heap. I don't want to be too bold, but it's a brilliant little operation that we partnered up with, and I'm really proud to have been with you guys for all this time.